Hey y'all, it's me Slay by Jordan, and now we're back with part 2. I'm going to show you guys as detailed as I can how to install a custom made frontal unit. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and braid her hair down off camera, and then we're going to take our Got To Be Glue gel, and we're just going to slick back her edges so they'll be out the way. And you're going to also use your blow dryer on high to help you slick them down in place. And now to moisturize the scalp, we're going to take our Ultra Sheen Conditioning Hair Dress. So now we're going to take our stocking cap, we're going to put it over the head, over the ears, and then we're going to sew down the sides and the back using our needle and thread. And then we're going to take our Got To Be Glue Ultra Glue Gel in the black bottle, and we're going to go across the hairline. And then we're going to go over that with freeze spray, and this should sit under a hooded dryer for about 15 to 20 minutes on high. She is now back from the dryer, and we're going to go ahead and take our makeup. And while the cap is still on, we're going to take our makeup and we're going to put it all over the cap. And we're also going to take our wig and we're going to put this makeup on the underside of the frontal. And then we're going to spray freeze spray on top of the frontal just to make sure that any oils in the makeup doesn't interfere with the gluing of the lace on the skin. So now we're going to go ahead and cut that cap off. And being that we put the makeup on when the cap was still on the head, you won't have as much makeup on the skin to clean up with the alcohol. And after we get done cutting off all the excess cap, we're going to take our cotton round and we're going to use, we're going to take our cotton ball and we're going to use our 91% alcohol and our bowl hold skin protect. You want to make sure you clean the hairline thoroughly, and then you want to also go over it with every time you do a lace. You want to make sure you use skin protectant because sometimes the glue is too strong for people's skin. You want to make sure you protect the skin and the hair at all costs. Healthy hair first, healthy skin first as well. Now that the skin is clean, we're going to go ahead and position the wig on the head. You're going to use your client's hands to help you position it on the head. And once we get it on the head exactly where we want it to, we're going to go ahead and sew down the sides and the back of the wig just to give it the most security. Now, to make sure your frontal fits your client's head perfectly, you must carve out and cut their ear tabs. So go ahead and part around their ear and carefully cut the excess lace off. And you want to do this on both sides. So now we're going to take our boho active and we're going to dot it along the stocking cap. We're going to use 3 layers and we're going to smooth it back using our popsicle stick. Make sure you smooth it back as flat as possible so you can have a flawless install. Now that that is dry, we're going to go ahead and make sure you do 3 layers, and you're going to go ahead and lay your wig down onto the glue. Make sure you have the hairline of the frontal a little bit in front of the glue. You rather cut off some of the hair on the frontal than have excess lace glued down. The less lace you have showing, the more natural it will look. So don't be afraid to put the hair in front of the glue. And now we're going to blow dry the hair on a medium heat setting just to melt that lace in. And then we're going to tie down her frontal using our JoJo Blue silk wraps, which are available on my website, www.slaycollection.com. And then we're going to take our Tresemme Keratin Smooth Heat Protectant Spray. We're going to spray it all over the hair and blow dry it straight. And then she will go up under the dryer for about 10 minutes on a medium heat setting just to further melt that lace in. And I'm going to cut the lace off using our shears and our eyebrow razor. You're going to make 2 slits in the hair, 1 on each side. And you want to split the lace in sections and cut the lace off. You can take your time doing this. You want to make sure you cut this off as neat as possible. You are not in a rush. Make sure you're using a fresh eyebrow razor so it can cut sharp. Make sure you do not cut your client's skin. And now we're going to section off a piece of the back of the frontal to cover the tracks in the back. And we're going to use our hot comb and our Care wax stick to slick it down. We're going to also use this to define our part. And as you can see, that lace is melted. So now for our baby hairs today, we're going to use a technique. I think I've shown this on my channel. I'm not sure. We're going to use the mousse technique. We're going to use our Nairobi mousse. You're going to section off a thin row in the front. You're going to cut it about 1.5 inches. You're going to do that around the whole hairline. And then you're going to take your mousse and you're going to put it on the frontal. Don't be scared to put it on the lace. And you're just going to start swooping the hair exactly where you want it to go. Now, if you're rough with this, your lace will lift up. If you take too long, your lace will lift up. Now, to be quite honest with you, when I do this, my lace does lift up in some areas. But I promise you, once you tie it down tight and you sit on under the dryer and let it fully dry, your lace is not going anywhere. And even if you don't do baby hairs, just throw some mousse on their hairline. I promise you, it like melts it further into the skin. I don't know what it is about the mousse, but it's just lit. And now she is back from the dryer, and as you can see, that the baby hairs is melted. That lace is melted. So now we're gonna take our Fantasia Frizz Buster, and this is a oil serum, and then we're gonna do this just to loosen up our mold that we created with the mousse. And you're just gonna comb out the baby hairs because with the mousse technique, you want it to look natural. So you actually comb out the baby hairs. Don't be afraid; they're not going anywhere because they are molded into that shape. And then we're gonna start plucking out the baby hairs if they're too thick, and then we may cut them down. And you're just gonna do this till you get it exactly where you want it to. So now we're going to smooth out where the top of her hair is by her part. And then we're going to proceed to start curling. The curling iron I'll be using today is Infinity Pro by Conair Rose Gold Titanium. I think it's a 1.5 inch barrel. I got it from Target and I'm using it on the highest heat setting, which is 30. And after we curl this particular curl, the one that's in her bang area, we're going to pin it in place because we want this curl to be more tighter than the rest of the hair because we want our swoop to be popping. So after you take it out the iron, you're going to take a pin curl clip, you're going to pin it, and then you're just going to let it cool down. And then we're going to come back literally in a few seconds to show you how we take down the curl and we just style the hair. And now we're just gonna comb out the curls. We're gonna also use our razor comb to add some light layers to the hair, just to give it some flavor, you know, just give it some pizzazz, you know, some extraness. And look at this hair, y'all. This wig is bomb as fuck. Excuse my language, but I just get so turned when my hairstyles come out exactly how I want it to. Once again, this is West Kids Brazilian Body Wave, 20-inch frontal, 28, 2 26s in a 24-inch bundle. I put in all 4 bundles in this wig. No track was left out. And we just installed it, curled it, and you know, we just did what it did. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell. New uploads coming soon. We are almost at 50K, y'all. And once again, once I hit 50K, I'm doing a huge ass giveaway. I thank you guys so much. Goodbye.